Today I will be discussing three different concepts of photography in this photo, which are going to be frame, focus, and time. It looks as if this photograph has been framed because the photographer specifically captures the whole firearm or gun inside the frame of this photo. I'm going to be interpreting the photograph of a very old gun from a war or what looks like a battlefield. Instead of zooming in on a certain piece of the gun, the photographer took a photo of the whole thing. When the photographer took the photo, it looks as if he purposely captured the gun inside the frame because she wanted us to see the firearm as a whole piece put together, directly in front of the battlefield. In terms of focus, this photo appears to have a shallow depth of field because the photographer tried to focus the camera on the sole image of the gun instead of focusing on the whole setting, including the background back here. This photo has a shallow depth of field because we can see how the gun is much more sharply focused compared to the blurry background. It seems as if the plane of focus is the whole gun, but it also consists of the little details such as the bars that hold up the gun, or the knobs to the gun, or the spheres that are hanging from the gun. It has a shallow depth of field because only the gun is in sharp focus and the gun is in the front of the image, but the whole background or setting is blurry and is not focused behind the whole gun. If you look closely at the depth of field, you can see how up in the front the image is very fine and detailed, and you can even see down here the gravel on the ground and how the bottom of the gun connects to the ground. And then as we move up, you can even see on this stick in the front is very focused. But as we move to the background, everything is blurred out and we can't see the detailed grass. And we can tell that there's some cottages in the back or some sort of houses, but they're not sharply focused like the gun. So this means that there is a shallow depth of field. The last concept I'm going to use is still time. This scene looks as if nothing is really going on. It doesn't show the gun being fired or any people moving around. It appears that this photo was taken during a very static time because there's nothing that really seems to be moving around or going on. There isn't necessarily a sense of like a fast shutter speed that was used to freeze a certain moment in time. So this photo has an overall feeling that nothing is really going to change or happen and is going to just remain the same. This is a great example of still time because absolutely nothing is really going on. It's just capturing an image, a still image of a gun.